welcome back. This is the Handyman Business YouTube channel, where the focus of the topics of conversation are all about business and money. More specific, self-employment, where you don't have any employees, it's just you. Some of you may know or may not know that we had a big boost in subscribers on both YouTube channels. The other one is over 200,000 subscribers now. It was going to take me to the end of the year of 2020 to get to 200,000. It took me 9 days after that video. This channel went from about 27,000 subscribers up to 30,000 and some change at the time of the recording of this video. And I can't keep up with the questions. I just can't. It's they're all the same questions. So I'm going to start with one or two today. How do you get your jobs? How do you know these people? Who in their right mind would pay you $125 to reinstall a smoke detector? No screws, just plug it in, go up and twist. That's it. And there's a major disconnect. I try to make it known that these are rental properties, and I often talk of property managers in the videos on the other channel. But still, it goes right over people's head. They don't understand what a rental property is. They don't know what a property manager is. So all the properties that I work on that are rentals, and I want to say all, 99% of them, the owners are very wealthy and they do not want to know, they don't want to hear, they don't want anything to do with the house except it's like an investment. That's it. They pay a property management company to handle it. Property management company pays me to make things go away, to make problems go away. So it's not a smoke detector, it's not a garbage disposal, it's not a fence post. It's not a light fixture. It's not any of those. Those are problems that are causing issues with the rental of the investment property. They need it to go away. Keep in mind, a lot of these rental properties, the rent is $30,000+ a year. A year! So if I go there once or twice a year and charge $250 each time, keep in mind, there's a lot of properties that I go to. $250 to replace a leaking garbage disposal. That rental is in jeopardy of making money. The value, if you have water leaking inside your cabinet, it's hurting your investment. You can't have that. You have to make that go away. And they need somebody that they can trust, that they have a history with. That's another big thing I want to touch on, is my history with these customers. That they can make a call or a text. A lot of times it's just a text message. Go there and make these problems that we have go away. I don't care that it's a garbage disposal. I don't care that you put an outlet in. Just make it go away and bill us. Heated talking about this just because there's so many negative comments and people of disbelief that this has been possible. He must cheat on his taxes. He never makes this. That's only a $35 job where I come from. Location is a large factor in the market value of labor. But I'm not in the market of labor. I don't do manual labor. Well, I don't know how to explain this. I do manual labor to make people's problems go away. So there is a disconnect there, a separation. The people who are paying me are not looking at my physical maneuvers and saying, well, that manual labor is worth X amount of dollars. No, it's I've got this problem and it's worth X amount of dollars to make it go away. So all my customers, they know me. They've known me for years. Some have known me for 7, 8, 10 years. I've known them for so long. I've had to type this comment out so many times over the last week. I have not taken a new customer in over 2 years. I have done zero advertising. I'm almost losing track of the years. 3 to 4 years. I have done zero advertising. Before that, the only advertising that I did didn't bring any customers. I had a website. I had a Facebook page. I actually had a YouTube channel that was like a portfolio where I could send, customers to say, okay, here's an example of what I did in this situation. Probably 2016, I got rid of all of it. I did hold an email account that was at the business name. Got rid of that too. Now I'm just the company name at Gmail. Keeps things super simple. How did I get to that point where I don't do any advertising and I don't take on any new customers? It took a long time. This is not an overnight success story. This is not something that took a year, 2 years, or 5 years. We're talking 7, 8 years until the rewards came home. Until I was able to reap the rewards of all that work. When I started, there were no social media. There was no Nextdoor. Nobody advertised on Facebook. There was no Handyworks. There was no Market. There was none of that stuff. It was all pretty much old school. And in the middle of the worst recession we've had since the Great Depression. I kept my prices low. I kept the value that the customer got for their dollar extremely high, ridiculously high. So high that they couldn't believe it and they had to talk about it. So they had to tell their friends, they had to discuss it with their spouses, they had to tell their neighbors that, oh my God, I got so much value out of the dollars that I gave this guy to work on my house. And it spread, and it spread, and it spread, and it spread. And some were great customers, some were not so great customers. I was able to let them go. And now I have a very reliable network of customers. And I don't ever have to worry. The phone always rings. It wasn't always that way. I remember year after year after year, especially in the wintertime, I can just remember the tightness in my chest, the stress of, holy cow, I'm getting done with these projects and I don't have anything scheduled ever in the rest of my life. Nothing scheduled. And I'm like, I had maybe like $5,000 in the savings. That's it. I had nothing set away for retirement. It was bad. A lot of people were in bad situations back in 2008, 2009, 2010. And it was a long growth process, a lot of learning by trial and error. I put out another video to try to get people to stop commenting all these crazy questions, to direct them here. Because I've answered these questions dozens, hundreds, I don't know how many times, lots of times. I like discussing them on video and in live streams. So I do want you to ask questions here. These comments are highly regulated. You can't swear in them. Sorry guys, you can't swear. If there's any negativity, you're instantly banned and no one ever sees your comment ever. Except for you. Most recent video on how to be a contractor or how to get your contractor's license, those comments are gold. Just those comments are worth so much. The time that people took to type out their experience with getting a contractor's license, the corruption in their area is, you can't get that anywhere. You can't get that anywhere. That is a pool of knowledge from coast to coast and border to border and everywhere in between of where you can get a contractor's license, where it is literally impossible to get a contractor's license. Go read the comments and you'll understand. It's pretty much like a forum. The topic of discussion is the video, and there's people make a post and then there's a lot of replies underneath it. It's a very good resource. On the other channel, the main channel, it's a shit show in there. I tell you, it's a shit show. So let's leave it at that. We've got so many more questions to revisit. I'm going to do another one. I might do another one right now. I might break out the dry erase board and explain investment properties, explain property management, explain the trickle of where the money comes from and how, all that stuff. Okay? I think I'm going to do that right now while I'm already out here. Goodbye.